Greetings to all my tech heads out there in the KevTechify nation, and if you're new here, welcome. In this episode, we're going to look at applications and impacts of cryptography. We'll be discussing public key infrastructure applications, encrypted network transactions, and then finally, encryption and security monitoring. This episode is part of my series on network security for the Cisco Certified Network Associate, also known as the CCNA. I'm Kevin here at KevTechify. Let's get this adventure started. There are many places where the public key infrastructure can be used by an enterprise. Here's a list of some of the most common uses of the public key infrastructure. First one here is SSL certificate-based peer authentication. Next one is setting up VPNs, encrypting our web traffic, controlling access using 802.1 authentication. Then for secure mail, secure instant messaging, we can approve and authorize applications with code signing. We can protect user data with the EFS, the encrypted file system. We can implement two-factor authentication with smart cards or any other method to do that. And then finally, we can secure USB storage devices. Threat actors can use secure socket layers and transport layer security to introduce regulatory compliance violations, viruses, malware, data loss, and intrusion attempts in a network. Other SSL TLS related issues may be associated with validating the certificate of a web server. When this occurs, web browsers will display a security warning. PKI related issues that are associated with the security warnings are validity date rate and signature validation error. Now, the validity date range here, the X509 version 3 certificate specify not before and not after date. So the certificate it can't be used before or after these dates. Now, if the current date is outside of this range, the web browser displays a message. Expired certificates may simply be the result of an administrator oversight, but they may also reflect a more serious condition. Then we have signature validation error. If a browser cannot validate the signature on the certificate, there is no assurance that that public key in the certificate is authentic. Signature validation will fail if the root certificate of that certificate of authority hierarchy is not available in the browser's certificate store. Network monitoring becomes more challenging when packets are encrypted. However, the increased use of HTTPS in the enterprise network introduces new challenges. Because HTTPS introduces end-to-end encrypted HTTP traffic via our TLS SSL, it's not easy to peek inside of user traffic. Here's a list of some things that a security analyst could do. First one, we would configure rules here to distinguish between SSL and non-SSL traffic and distinguish between HTTPS and non-HTTPS traffic. Next thing we could do here is enhance security through server certificate validations using our revoked certificate list. The third step here is implement anti-malware protection and URL filtering of HTTPS content. And the last one here is you could deploy a Cisco SSL appliance to decrypt SSL traffic and send it to an intrusion prevention system. So you put a device on your network, an SSL appliance, and it will decrypt all of that SSL traffic being sent across your network, and then once that traffic is unencrypted, you can then send it to an intrusion prevention system for it to do its job. It was my pleasure to provide you with this wonderful episode on applications and impacts of cryptography. If you like this episode and you got value out of it, and of course, depending upon what platform you're using, please click that like button, give a 5-star rating, leave a comment. This all helps me bring you more great content. Please take a minute to subscribe to my channel. All of my socials and contact information are on my website, KevTechify.com. There you can find out how to get all these episodes in video and podcast form. In the upper right is my playlist for my series on network security for the CCNA. In the bottom right is one of my favorite videos that I linked just for you. Thank you so much for watching this episode of my series on network security for the CCNA. Once again, I'm Kevin. This is KevTechify. I'll see you next time for another great adventure.